Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here with you today, the close of a remarkable day celebrating JPAL at 20. It's terrific to see so many people come here gathered with us from so far away, literally across the whole world. I want to congratulate Global Executive Director Iqbal Dawal and the JPAL faculty directors, Abhijit Banerjee. I know he's not here today, but he still deserves our congratulations. Esther Duflo and Ben Olkin on this great anniversary. By the way, I got the chance to know Esther well last year in our search for a new president. She was part of the search committee, and she's incredibly thoughtful, empathetic, data-driven, a great combination for JPAL, but even a better combination to find a new president for MIT. So her voice and research evidence was clear in that combination and carried a lot of weight with the committee. As Iqbal did, I also, from the last panel, I also want to thank former MIT President Susan Hockfield, who's here, who, had the foresight to get this important startup off the ground. So Susan, thank you as well. I'd also like to personally welcome the many JPAL staff who are in town who've come from very far away from the 7 regional offices. They've traveled from Cape Town, which I know is a long flight away, Paris, Santiago, Jakarta, Cairo, New Delhi. Amazing that you've made the trip to and honor us by being here today. And I also want to thank many of the many important collaborators and supporters who are with us today as well, including Hassan Jamil of Community Jamil and Kim Starkey of King Philanthropies. Thank you as well very much. So I know you've all been immersed in a great deal of good detail about JPAL research and findings and the impact during the course of today's sessions. I want to go back to the start, the mission of JPAL. For 20 years, this mission has been to reduce poverty by ensuring that policies are informed by scientific, research-driven evidence. A straightforward but profound goal. And this mission is in keeping with the MIT mission to advance knowledge and educate students in science, technology, and other areas of scholarship that will best serve the world. The vision to apply the rigor of evidence-based research to address social problems was groundbreaking. The Institute was extremely proud when Abhijit, Esther, and their colleague Michael Kremer were recognized with the 2019 Nobel Prize for transforming the field of economics in this way. Nobel Prizes is MIT's Division I sport, by the way. So that's where we really compete and excel. I remember being struck by an early research finding on bed nets, that to prevent malaria, a leading killer of children under 5 around the world. A theory among many in the international community at the time was that charging people for bed nets would increase their sense of value and they would be used more carefully and more effectively. But the scientific evidence showed a different result. Free bed nets were properly used by a majority of pregnant mothers, a powerful example of starting with no preconceptions, but rather rigorous research to get to the heart and the right answer. Also stated in President Kornbluth's inaugural, solving climate change is perhaps the top priority at MIT right now, and JPAL is an incredible partner in this fight of creating policies for poverty alleviation, climate resilience, and relief. JPAL is a key player in empowering vulnerable communities and strategically key to MIT's climate change initiative. And we reviewed that again this morning in the executive committee and looked at 6 pillars, and there was JPAL very prominently displayed. So the word is getting out on the importance of JPAL to this strategy and strategic nature at MIT. JPAL's mission has blossomed. In the first 20 years, JPAL established a network of more than 900 researchers at universities around the world and conducted randomized impact evaluations to answer critical questions in the fight against poverty. It the research, it's incredible to think about, but the research has now impacted the lives of over 600 million people through its policy change. It's just a remarkable track record. So what of the future? Well, you've heard a lot about it today. This is quite an ambitious crew. Just to name a few critical areas of continued efforts, we just touched on climate change, but number one, they will focus to ensure climate solutions reach the most vulnerable. Two, they will conduct more research on improving the effectiveness of humanitarian action. And three, they will leverage these efforts to scale, ensuring JPAL's efforts reach millions more through policy change. And of course, JPAL is always standing ready to respond with actions to any emerging challenges in this area. So I can't wait to see what the next 20 years bring. Thank you for inviting me here today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this extraordinary journey. And I look forward to meeting many of you at the reception that I guess will follow now, right? So thank you very much.